What I am most interested in and what really got me into art is consciousness studies. So I've been a meditator for 30 years and doing that kind of work on myself. And I went through a lot of jobs. I was a commercial diver. I worked in the film industry. I did a lot of weird rando things in my life. But I was always looking for that one way that I could pursue a career and still keep it in line with what I wanted to do with my spiritual studies, for lack of a better word. So I decided in my early 30s that I was going to give art a shot, and eventually decided to really commit myself to it. My religion or my pathway wasn't going to be a religion or anything like that. It was going to be art. And so I've kind of used art as my path to that type of thing. I don't really know what I'm doing at first. I don't plan anything out. I don't really have too much of an idea. I kind of just empty myself out, and it's self-therapeutic. So the things I'm going through, the emotional stuff and the psychological stuff I'm going through, I sit with all that for a while, staring at the blank canvas, and then start to get hints as to where it goes. But really, I don't know what I'm trying to say with the piece until it's finished, and then I sit with it and look at it and be like, what am I going through? What's this trying to tell me? So it's almost a weird channeling type of activity to where I'm getting as much out of it, I think, as anybody else could. And it's always surprising. It's usually about pretty recent experiences I've had in different alternative states, or I don't know how you want to put it, but you can get into certain areas in the meditative realm or the shamanic realm where you don't really understand what you're seeing or feeling, but you definitely get the idea that it's important and that you're getting some kind of information that you can process later or eventually. I try to put that into the artwork. With the color palette, a lot of it depends on what I find. I find most of my paints and my supplies at chemical waste facilities and get them from people's garages, and I put the word out that, hey, I'm looking for paints now, and people will very generously call me up and be like, come clean out my garage. And so I get a lot of my paints that way, and then you can mix them, but you kind of have to use what's there. And so my palette will slowly change depending on what I pick up and what I find. I've got more space than I usually have, and as an artist, I'm sure everybody who does that is aware of how difficult it is to find a good space and a big enough space. It's the best studio I've ever had. It's my sanctuary. It's my temple. I get to do what I want with it and put up the most random things that are weird and meaningful to me, and yeah, it's a really fortunate thing to have. I want to be here probably more than anywhere else most of the time. Albuquerque's been my biggest influence. You know, the amount of talent here is huge, and I'm friends with so many amazing musicians and artists and the creative people that, you know, and unlike a lot of other places, the competition levels here aren't really there. And so everybody's supporting everybody else. We do a lot of working together and bouncing ideas off each other. And so the Route 66 mural down on El Rey with my friend Jesse Littlebird, that was a different and a really, especially if it's with somebody you're close to and you know really well, it makes it a different kind of vibe because you're a team and you're melding ideas together. We both have a similar mindset as far as the sacredness of art to us. And so there was a ceremony to bless the wall before we did it. And then we just got busy working, and being in the public like that, we got so much support. I mean, people were bringing us sandwiches and, you know, coming by and saying really beautiful things. And it was a really fun, easy, and fulfilling project. You know, there's a lot of pride here and kind of a demand for authenticity. So you can't kind of show up and have an ego that's trying to push things around your way, it's really inspiring and really easy to find the motivation and the time to find your own style and get encouragement from other people to keep going with that kind of thing. It's the best.